Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE are expected to respond to the Janelle Grant lawsuit by this Friday, according to Brandon Thruston of Wrestlenomics. They have until Friday to either respond or request a delay so they have more time to respond. Now, I'm assuming these responses are a bit like the filing we all read. I didn't read all of it. I ain't reading all that. But I'm assuming it's going to be like that. It's going to be their accounts of what happened. And these are going to be very conflicting because on one side, you've got Vince McMahon denying everything. On the other side, you've got Laurinaitis trying to play the hero, exposing everything, but it's not helping him whatsoever. His lawyer must be shit. Now, this is going to be a very newsworthy weekend if this is the case, because not only have we got this, we've got The Rock and Roman Reigns showing up on SmackDown to confront Triple H. And WWE are going to need to pull off something quite big if they want to overshadow the Vince stuff. Because at the end of the day, Vince is gone from WWE, and WWE are trying to erase any infection from Vince that they had while he was there. And that's a good thing to do. It's not going to be good for when people want to go on the network or Netflix, when it's on Netflix, and I want to watch Stone Cold and McMahon feud from 1998, 1999. Ain't gonna be there. It's gonna be erased. It's gonna be erased. If you want to watch some Stone Cold Vince McMahon rivalry videos, you're gonna have to go to YouTube, because I reckon that shit ain't gonna make it to Netflix at all, or it's gonna be taken down from the network or Peacock or whatever. Brock Lesnar, I don't think he's been named as the defendant, so he doesn't have time to respond. But people have been sharing a picture around of Brock Lesnar hugging his daughter for some reason, and I don't necessarily agree with this, man. His daughter's got nothing to do with it. Leave her out. You know what I mean? Well, why? If you want to go for Lesnar, go for Lesnar, right? His daughter, I don't think she's into that sort of thing. We know Brock is. Brock likes a golden shower. Brock likes internal bodily fluids. That's what Brock Lesnar's into, unfortunately. Allegedly. I forgot to say that one. Allegedly, Brock Lesnar is into bodily fluids and showering in them. But that's a topic for another day. Vince McMahon, TKO, WWE, and Laurinaitis expected to respond this Friday, or they can request a delay, according to Brandon Thruston of Wrestlenomics. Now, the other part of this video is me criticising, because I always criticise AEW. I made a video on AEW the other day. I says they ain't going to get anywhere, because it don't matter who they fucking sign, they ain't going to get nowhere unless a huge shift is changed in management. And what does Tony Khan go and do? He goes and gets a wrestler from New Japan. Can't even remember. Rocky Romero. Have you heard of Rocky Romero? I didn't hear of him until he went to AEW. Apparently he's got one of the best wrestling minds in the business. Okay, how come I've never heard of him before he went to AEW if he's got one of the best minds in the business? Tony Khan has made him a member of the front office, and he still works for New Japan Pro Wrestling. New Japan are being screwed so hard by Tony Khan. Tony Khan's got New Japan bent over, and he's shafting them. And they're saying, thank you, can I have some more please, sir? That's what AEW are doing to New Japan Pro Wrestling. They're taking all their fucking top guys. They've now got an inside mole And they're going to continue to take more of their people until eventually New Japan is going to be less important than what it is now, and it's not very important now. So I imagine how it's going to be in a year or two when Tony has signed all of their top guys. Tony is now hemorrhaging even more money. New Japan is lacking talent. They're both going to suffer. Tony doesn't realise this. Tony's, I got Will Ospreay. Tony doesn't realise that he needs to make some fucking money back. He does. But instead, no, he gets an inside mole from New Japan. That inside mole's going to bring in people from New Japan to AEW. And both companies are going to suffer because of this. But that's Tony's fucking fault. And that's New Japan's fault as well for setting up this partnership with AEW. They should have known that these guys aren't to be trusted. They're not. And I understand at the end of the day, business is cutthroat. But when you're in a partnership with another company, you don't do that shit. If there was odds like WWE and AEW, then fair enough. That's what you want to do to combat each other. That's what you want to do. But when you've got a partnership in place, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. And people are saying this is great for both companies. No, it's not. We've already seen how Tony treats New Japan. AEW's guys always win when they have a Forbidden Door. And unless they're lower on the card, the AEW guys always win. And we've heard about how Tony Khan wanted Riho, who was signed with AEW, to be booked in Stardom. Tony says, you can have Riho, but she's not losing. She's not losing a single match. She was booked like fucking Hogan. Why? A little fucking 5'2" fucking Japanese girl. And yes, I am going to say schoolgirl, not because she's Japanese, but because she wears a fucking skirt and looks like she's doing fucking PE at school. And for you Americans, gym class, or whatever the fuck you call it. That's what she looks like she's doing with her attire. Not because she's Japanese, it's not racism. It's because of how she is dressed. As to why I call her a schoolgirl. Might be different for Cornette and that. That's up to them. I don't give a shit. But that's why I say it, because she is dressed like she is doing a fucking PE lesson. Why? Why would you push someone that looks like this into a Hogan spot? That's how deluded Tony Khan's brain is. And Tony Khan will continue to act like this, excuse me, stealing talent from New Japan, from Stardom, from wherever he can, AAA, CMLL. I'm surprised Conan hasn't put his foot down yet. But then again, Conan's just a booker. He doesn't own AAA. But the people that own AAA need to put their foot down and say, Tony, bro, what the fuck are you doing? They've taken Commander from there. I don't know if Commander was a big name in Mexico. But he definitely ain't going to make a name over here. Same with Vikingo. Dream match! Kenny Omega versus El Hijo del Vikingo. Everyone's been waiting to see it. Who? Who the fuck is Vikingo? Everybody said. And to this day, I can't remember how long ago it was since they had that dream match, but to this day, he's made no impact. And he just botches every single fucking thing every single fucking week. He did the fucking top dollar flop over the fucking top rope bit. He fucking does the acrobats tightrope walking and fucks it up and has to redo it 3 times while the fucking opponent is just standing there watching him. Oh, I should move out the way, but I'm just watching this. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, and Tony Khan ain't going to get anywhere. I'm telling you now, if Tony Khan doesn't hand the reins over to someone else or sell the company, company's going down fucking under. Company gonna fucking die. AEW, gone. Loads of people out of work. Why? Because Tony Khan is a fucking idiot. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Follow me on X at DCrossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.